It's Week 15 of the National Football League. And coming up next is the Commanders. Burner at wide receiver. He's going to be a busy man in the passing game. It's the Commanders and the Jaguars on Sunday Night Primetime.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Lawrence to the sideline and incomplete. You talk about this Washington defense. They were quite formidable in the win over the Eagles a week ago.
In today's football, there aren't a lot of goals for defenses, but when you hold a team under 100 total yards of offense.
But he cannot avoid the pressure as the Washington pass rush gets home. It's a loss of 10 on the sack, and it leads to 4th. Well, last game he had 2 sacks. Got another one here, picked up right where he left off.
Brandon, he spent the entire offseason working on new moves, new techniques, trying to add to his arsenal of pass rush moves. Certainly paying dividends in what we've seen so far.
On 4th down, J.K. Scott ready to punt it away. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And a fair catch called for and made just inside the 35-yard line. So here are the Commanders making their way out. And here's a look at their leader, standing 6'4".
We're seeing it more and more in this league, how teams love to have athletes back there taking the snaps, guys who can throw it and move around and get yardage with their legs if needed. He's one of the best examples that we see out there right now. He can throw for hundreds of yards one week and then run for 100+ the next. He adds an extra dimension that really confounds defenses when he puts it all together.
Calling a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. A run with Harris out of the shotgun. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. And Cook has it, left side. And he's going to have a Commanders first down as they're able to convert on 3rd and short yardage with a gain of 4. That time the conversion comes courtesy of the RPO.
And know what it did? It moved the sticks. Nice pickup on 3rd down. Even better decision.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. And he's down right around midfield after a gain of 2, maybe 3. 2nd down and 8. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. Daniels looking to throw. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th.
3rd down is a down. Both sides know they absolutely have to win. And the name of the game for the defense is pressure on the quarterback. But pressure on the quarterback with contact, that's how you end up winning it.
Fair catch called for right around the 11-yard line. 36 yards on the punt with no return. And it'll be Jaguar football as they take over deep in their own territory. Now Lawrence. That's complete. It's Brian Thomas. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a first down.
Yeah, that's a nice pickup there, especially when it comes on the heels of a 3-and-out the first time you have the ball. They were determined to not have that happen again, and that's a nice throw for their first down of the game.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Off the play fake, here's Lawrence. Looking for Thomas, but that's intercepted. And the Commanders are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield.
And that's what we've seen from this defense all year long, because they've been so good at finding ways to take the football away. And they just gave us another example right here. A strong defense, that's something you're going to need to rely on come playoff time. And this crew has got one. There's no doubt about that, Brandon.
The Commanders' offense, led by their running back, headed out for the second possession. We show you the NFL leaders in rushing touchdowns. You can see where he's right up there amongst the league's best at finding the end zone. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. They start near midfield following the interception as they begin 1st and 10. And he's going to take this across midfield into Jacksonville territory. A look at the numbers for Harris in last week's game. 24 carries, 133 yards.
Well, we know they've clinched a playoff spot, but there's plenty of football left to play, and I'm a proponent of continuing to do what you've done throughout the season, especially with teams that are heavy run teams, because if you throttle back too early, you lose the rhythm of the run game, not just with the runner, but with the offensive line as well.
Now a 1st down carry for Harris. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. You look at this Jaguar defense. They've been very good this year against the pass, currently holding on to a top 10 ranking at number 10.
And I'm struggling a little bit trying to really categorize this crew. They're top 10 in the league against the pass, but the bottom half of the league in sacking the quarterback. That doesn't make sense. Imagine if this group ever put pressure on the QB, they'd easily move into the top 5. All that practice time came to fruition on that play. All those timing routes that they work on through training camp, OTAs, minicamp, and just regular season, they got it done on that one. An outcut, ball was delivered, and picked up the completion.
Here's Daniels. And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
That's a ball he needs to let go of there. Wasn't the most time in the world to work through his progression, but NFL quarterbacks, they've got to sense the pressure. They've got that internal clock, and the ball has to be gone. And if you're not going to escape and run for it, you have to let it go before the pressure gets to you and puts you on the ground.
They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down. Throwing now is Daniels. Dancing to his left. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the 1st down. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains.
Certainly not a positive sign if you're the D coordinator and you see your guys give up that space so early in the game. 3rd down, that's when the clamps are supposed to come out, but his ability to create things with his legs makes things difficult.
And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he'll score. Touchdown, Commanders. A great effort there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Commanders use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one.
Well, we know someone just added to his touchdown passing total, but all he did was get the ball out quickly to his tight end and let him take care of business the rest of the way.
The call is to go for 1 and kick the extra point. He hasn't missed an extra point all season, and he won't miss this one either, and it's 7-0. So that drive in total 8 plays. And it was polished off by a Washington touchdown. Washington kick team back out there now as they will send this one away. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. So, Charles, the season winding down, the playoffs obviously not in their future. As they look ahead to the offseason, what spots do they maybe need to fill?
Well, I think that they like the guy who's calling the plays and throwing the ball. I think that he's a pretty good player. Needs some help, I think, on the perimeter, though. Help him out with receivers, because I think if he gets an upgrade there, his play gets that much better, too.
Now a 2nd and 10. They go play action now. Lawrence. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Picked off by Boye Mafe. And he'll return this ball across midfield to the 47-yard line.
Well, they're certainly not giving much up to their defense, are they? Because for the second time now, that D has had to run back out on the field early after an interception. And remember, on the last drive, the opposing side took it in for 6 after that interception.
As the Commanders make their way out on offense, let's take a peek at the playoff picture in the NFC. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. The drive will start with an option going left. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. 2 yards the gain on the keeper, and it's 2nd down. They'll toss to Harris. And a strong run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 35. 10 yards there, good for a Washington 1st down. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. And what they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter now from our nation's capital, and it's Washington in possession of the football as they've got it 2nd down and 11. Off the RPO, he completes it. It'll be a gain of just a yard, and that brings up 3rd and a full 10 yards. To the air goes Daniels. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 21. It's a pickup of 15 and a fresh set of downs.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice gain.
Here's 2nd and 10. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. To throw is Daniels. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Jags grab it. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. The defense, they were swarming that time and ultimately got to him before he could get rid of the football and knocked it free.
And don't you feel just a little bit of sympathy for him back there, though? So much going on, so much swirling around. He's trying to find someone downfield. He's trying to move around to find an open target. Sometimes you forget the number one thing, take care of the football.
Back out is the Jacksonville offense, and Trevor Lawrence. He's been picked off twice in this ball game already, and he'll try to sort things out here as they begin with the 1st down. They'll start on the ground. Etienne. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
Now this airmail to the sideline. It's incomplete. Well, there don't appear to be any flags forthcoming. Maybe a little fortunate there. It's 3rd down. Looking to throw, Lawrence. Escaping the... And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. It'll be a loss of 8 on the sack. And it's going to lead him to 4th down. This offense continues to shoot themselves in the foot. And here, another sack.
All game long, we've seen missed assignments, which have led to turnovers, sacks. This group has not played well at all here in the first half.
Here's J.K. Scott set to do the punting honors. 46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. Fielded at about the 28. Call that a 46-yard punt with a net of 40 on the 6-yard return. And the Commanders will take over with a 1st and 10. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And last drive, obviously not what you're looking for. You've got the lead. You got to protect the football.
So in other words, someone got lucky because they've been moving the ball really well and wearing them down. In this case, though, giving up the football doesn't make them very happy. They can't wait to get back out there and atone for it.
Yeah, try to atone for it here on this drive. Now Daniels. And complete right side to Cook. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down. Back to throw. Daniels. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and it's 2nd down.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5 at their 49-yard line.
Harris running straight ahead. And he's going to take this across midfield into Jacksonville territory. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and 2.
That is caught. And he's going to have a Commanders 1st down. It's a gain of 6 that time on 3rd and 2.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn: find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the 1st. They'll give him 4 yards there, and it'll be 2nd down.
2nd and 6 at the 38-yard line.
Operating from the gun, Daniels. He's got Harris running the slant. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play. This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's 3rd and a yard. Finding Harris on back-to-back plays. And he's going to have a Commanders 1st down, and comfortably so, as he gets 5 there on 3rd and a yard.
And they'll use him out of the backfield, and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago. There's another one right there.
Back to throw again. He's got it. Touchdown, Commanders. A great play there. 28 yards. And the Commanders have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Well, on that connection, it looked like they maybe had some pre-play communication. Maybe one of them noticed an area that was open in the defense to get the pass to.
When you put the time in, sometimes you have that great silent communication that you just noticed right there, because the best quarterback-receiver combos in the NFL, they know how to make those adjustments at the line of scrimmage when they see something pre-play, and they got it done there.
Extra point right down the middle, and it's now 14-0. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And the result, a touchdown for Washington. Kick team out there for the Commanders as they send this one away. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. Jacksonville set to go again offensively. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive, but at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer, and make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. Here's Lawrence. He'll get this out to the flat for Etienne. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. Second down and a yard. Now Lawrence. Oh, look at Thomas wide open. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A 14-yard first down pickup for the Jaguars.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half. I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
Throwing again here, it's Lawrence. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. It'll go as a gain of 4, and that'll make it second down. Here's Lawrence to throw. This is Reese on the ground. 7 yards there and a first down.
Well, they've certainly done a nice job spreading the ball around on this drive. This time he gets it out to his back, and it's another nice play and another first down. They've got the defense on their heels a little bit. They're reacting instead of being aggressive and making plays.
The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. In motion, the tight end. Lawrence will throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. And to throw again is Lawrence. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And the Jags are going to be set up with a first and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call.
But they've certainly not shied away from throwing the footballs. They've leaned on their quarterback to start this game. 4 straight passes right out of the gate, with that last one earning them a new set of downs.
And the 11-year veteran bangs it through. So a conservative decision there, but it does put him on the board.
And I know the players hate it and the coaches hate it, but sometimes you just got to take the points when they're there. Sometimes a field goal is pretty darn good.
And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. We'll get started up at Paycor Stadium in Cincinnati, where you see the final score there. Lamar Jackson, excellent in the victory, as it's one that pushes his guys 2 games above 500. From there, let's get to Philadelphia as we check on the Eagles at home at Lincoln Financial Field. And they were winners in that ball game over the visiting New Orleans Saints. Jalen Hurts leading the way there as the win gets his guys back to 500 on the year. And finally, on Monday Night Football, they've got a good one lined up between the Las Vegas Raiders and the Las Vegas Raiders. We were treated to a fine performance in the first half from the Heisman Trophy winner, Jaden Daniels. His 2 touchdown passes helped pave the way for his guys to take this lead into the intermission.
And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The Commanders offense and Jaden Daniels getting set for this next possession. And he had it going in the first half, that's for sure. He's really had his way with his secondary. They've been powerless to stop him, and he'll look to keep it rolling right here. Throwing to start the drive. Daniels eluding the pressure, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Joshua Hines-Allen in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
That's his second sack of the game, and the best defensive ends, they do their homework as much as offensive guys do. They know how to beat the offensive lineman across from them, what moves they need to do to set them up. This guy's been pretty good at it all game long.
So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. On the give, this is Harris. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. They get 2 yards back, but they're going to need a lot more than that here on third down. Looking to throw. Daniels being chased out left. A solid run of 11 there as he tucked it and ran, but he's still short of the marker at its 4th.
Well, there were a couple of extra defensive backs in the game, so he really had nowhere to go with the football despite his search for an open receiver. So he has to take off and run for it, but he comes up well short of the line to gain.
As Sanchez on to punt here as he sends this one away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Jaguars go on offense, first down and 10. The Jaguars offense and Trevor Lawrence getting set for this next drive. And it's been a rough night at the office for him. He's been more of a liability than an asset throughout the contest. And this offense is having a hard time overcoming his struggles to this point. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And, Charles, they're certainly still right in this game, but they need that offense to wake up and in a hurry.
Yeah, I like the way you put it. They certainly did seem to sleepwalk a bit in the first half. Now that their defense has done its job, it's their turn now to go out and try and get some points.
From the 34 now, here's first and 10. Now Lawrence to throw. He finds his man, complete. That's Todd. They'll wind up getting just a yard, and it'll be second down. In motion right is Thomas. Out of the gun, it's Lawrence. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. That one a pickup of 15 for Jacksonville.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
From midfield now, Lawrence. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and it's second down. Etienne on the toss right. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. They go play action with Lawrence. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. And that'll bring up 4th down on the big sack with a loss of 5.
Well, partner, I would say just avoid play action, but that's not just been the problem. This defense, they've been getting pressure on all types of pass plays and really piling up the sacks in this contest.
On is the punter Scott here as he gets this one away. And this will be up to the ruling of the side judge here. He says it crossed out of bounds at the 16-yard line. The Commanders preparing for their next possession. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you can tend to play the field position game.
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
He's got Cook running the slant. Quick slant there gets him the first down, 6 yards on the play. They hand this off to Harris. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Daniels looking to throw. Now a diving effort right sideline. He's got it. 8th catch for him now. He's been a big factor. And it's a first down.
Partner, if you and I were playing quarterback in this one, we would be really confident right now throwing it to him, wouldn't we?
Yeah, he's been spectacular. He's just saying, hey, I was all state. I'll make it rain out here. So after 2 first downs, they get another here. 1st and 10 at the 45. Now Harris. And no room that time, getting it to about the 46. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
Let's go now.
Operating from the gun, Daniels. Throw left side is taken in by Stewart. And now we're going to get a stoppage as, yeah, that looks like Jackson who's shaken up. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. The 8th play of the drive coming up. It's 3rd and 3. Trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. Now, during that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he's on to punt for Washington. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. Jacksonville back on offense and ready to take over. And they have had their problems moving the ball through the air as we take you through some of the action from earlier. This secondary has played about as well as you can. Many times they've left this quarterback with nowhere to go with the football. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And, Charles, they're certainly still right in this game, but they need that offense to wake up and in a hurry.
Yeah, I like the way you put it. They certainly did seem to sleepwalk a bit in the first half. Now that their defense has done its job, it's their turn now to go out and try and get some points.
Straight ahead, Etienne. And the defense closes quickly there. He'll get maybe a yard to the 33. Good job there keeping him to a short gain. Of course, he's coming off a really terrific performance, reigning NFC Defensive Player of the Week.
And I know people get caught up in, well, if you're the reigning Defensive Player of the Week, you must have made a bunch of spectacular plays. Like you mixed in a few of those, but most of the plays are just like we saw there. Keep them to short gains, make the fundamental tackle.
Back now at Commanders Field. It's Jaguar football, but a little work to do for them. They trail here as we start the 4th. Lawrence. And that went to the right side and incomplete.
And when you've thrown as many interceptions as he has in this one, you definitely start getting a little hesitant to throw the ball out wide because that's prime pick 6 territory. That time, he made sure the only guy who was going to catch it was sitting in the 3rd row.
46 yards on the boot. The coverage holds him to just 3 on the return. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. The home team's offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession. And as we show you some of the highlights from earlier, he has been instrumental in getting his guys the lead as he looks to finish strong and close this one out. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
2nd and 10. Here's Daniels. It's brought in by Harris. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. From the shotgun, it's Daniels. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. 7 yards there. Good enough to move the sticks. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. To the air goes Daniels. Over the middle, complete. It's Baker. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. From the 44-yard line, here's 2nd and 3.
At the 44-yard line.
And a good run here as he'll rumble all the way down to the 40-yard line. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. The medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. So in Jacksonville territory now, here's a 1st and 10 right at the 40. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Harris. Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. 2nd down. Now, hang on here a second. Looks like a Jaguar in some obvious discomfort from that last play. This a 2nd and 7 from the 37. To throw is Daniels. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. The offense on 3rd down tonight, well, they've converted 7 times and could use another right now. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he's going to have a Commanders 1st down, and comfortably so, as he gets 5 there on 3rd and a yard. They go play action. Daniels. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up 2nd down. Now Daniels. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him. This offense 2 for 2 on 3rd downs on this drive. They're in for a tough task here, though. 3rd and long. Throwing now is Daniels. And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a hole. He'll wind up getting 4 yards there on his own, but it also brings up 4th down.
Like any team playing, they're looking for touchdowns to try and help their cause. But in this case, he does get them a little closer at least if they think a field goal turns out to be the better call here.
And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And they will stretch the lead now to 17-3. So that, maybe not a knockout blow, but I suppose certainly every little bit helps when you're trying to salt one away in the 4th.
Well, the possibility of being beaten by 2 late touchdowns or at least sent to overtime does exist. But time, definitely a big factor at this stage of the game, is in their favor.
And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here.
See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
Now Lawrence. He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. 18 more yards there and another 1st down.
All right, this is the time of the game where they're down a couple of scores, and they've really got to get some yards in chunks, and they know the defense doesn't want to give those up, but they've got to find a way to take them anyway.
Now the question is, can they string a few of those together? And he's taken down inside the 30.
Complete to
Looking to throw, Lawrence. Wide open receiver, complete. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Trevor Lawrence taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Jaguars have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. Well, time to let those folks know who are tuning in looking for the late local news. We may be a moment because we've got a game again.
And partner, except for those on the West Coast where it'll be seen in its regular time, right? That's the way it works, doesn't it? But how about that big-time drive right there? If they're going to have any chance, they needed a touchdown there, and they went right down the field and worked their way into the end zone.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And he won't quite make it to the 25. So out comes Washington's offense to take over. That last touchdown has made this really tight. They're clinging now to this slim lead. Second half, they only have a field goal. This offense needs to kick it into gear.
And right now, I'm looking directly at the field general, at the quarterback, because to me, he's got to take over right now. By word, pumping his team up, and then, of course, by deed with his play. My high school coach used to say that all the time. Laddie, take over by word and deed.
And deed means action.
Exactly.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. That'll be complete to Cook. And he's got a first down there after a gain of about 12 as the clock will stop right now for the 2-minute warning. So it's Washington with the football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. 5 points of contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on 1st down. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ball game. They'll try the left side. Bridges. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. And now time will be called here as Washington has an injured player down on the field. They'll need to get this to the 38. That's where the first down marker is here on 3rd. They'll try the right side with Harris. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. The Jaguars offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And he has been masterful so far in leading this offense. He's kept the mistakes to a minimum. He's been on point with his passes. And he's generally been one step ahead of this defense all game long. Here's Lawrence. And a quick throw here that's complete. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6 coming up. Lawrence. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he's into the end zone. No flags. It's a touchdown. And now a 2-point conversion. And we'll be tied here in the final minute.
Do they have one big call left? Here we go. The touchdown's massive, but now they've got to have 2 to possibly take this to overtime.
So here we go now as the Jaguars will go for 2.
The Jaguars will line up for the
Throwing now, Lawrence. And it's caught. And with it, we are tied here in the 4th. Huge conversion there to tie this thing up, but they're not done yet. Their defense needs to get a stop.
Yeah, there's still plenty of time for the other team to come downfield and put some points on the board, but job one was taken care of. The 2-point conversion to get this thing tied.
This one, all we could have asked for. All tied, final minute as the kick's away here. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The Commanders' offense returning to the field. Well, partner, here it is. They've got the chance to win the game. You'd have to think they need to get it near the opposite 40 to have a chance to kick a game-winning field goal. We'll see what they can do.
And you're right about that, because if we look at it in macro, that's what it looks like. But I think in micro, the head coach has already asked the special teams coach, what is he feeling? What does he think? Where does he want the football? What's the yard line we have to get? And he's already relayed that to his quarterback and his offense. They know what the goal is. Now the key, can they get there?
2 timeouts still available in this final minute. It's 1st and 10 now.
Throwing the out route and complete. That's Baker.
And he's going to get out of bounds with the first. And they are knocking on the door of field goal range now.
That's another Washington first down. 1st and 10 at the 40.
Back to throw. Daniels.
Setting up the screen, Harris.
And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. Very sharp here to start this drive, 3 for 3.
Yeah, I like the way he's running this 2-minute drill. Very sharp, very precise in throwing the football.
And now it all rests on the right foot of their kicker. And a timeout coming in. This will be their final one with 10 seconds remaining. So on is their kicker, and it's down to this. This a long one from 54. And this one is right down the middle. And it's celebration time on that sideline as they have taken the lead in the final seconds. He hasn't missed a kick all year. Why would he start now?
That's a great question, isn't it? Well, maybe because that was the most nerve-wracking kick he had to attempt all year. But he knocked it through just like it was an easy chip shot.
They'll come up 1st and 10 here. Back to throw, Lawrence.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield. That's caught inside the 20.
And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he gets all the way down inside the 20-yard line. That was a long shot, but they did get one final chance to try to score and overcome this small deficit. No touchdown, though, Charles, and that brings this one to a close.
Yeah, I think Hope was wearing one jersey and Worry was wearing another on the other sideline as that final snap played out. Now, we've seen some incredible plays to win games before, but in this case, I think the distance is just a little bit too great for it to happen here.
So for the Commanders,
they continue to make their case as a Super Bowl favorite as they move to 13-1. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Indianapolis Colts. Meanwhile, for Jacksonville, their slim playoff hopes are gone now as they fall to 5-9. And they'll be on the road next week for a matchup with the Baltimore Ravens. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.